So what do I snatch? First poem is what the hell do you mean this poem made no sense? You idiot! Art could walk right up to you in the alley, whack your pale face with the iron glove of clarity, and you'd just ask for fries with that. Anyone could see in the piece I offered that the part where the rose petals melt atop the CD of AC/DC songs means the speaker yearns for peace, and the pangolin holding to the tree in the wind has a name for every claw, which, though unspoken, is each a war secretary from the 1800s. The section full of stopwatches? Blatantly a careful catalog of perennials. Anyone who's really worked the earth would have seen, you effete, you fraud. And that whole vowel movement on page 14 is a cadenced tribute to Ezra Pound. Get new glasses made for yourself. When I said painstaking, it referred to Bram Stoker. The mad futon of divorce was last night's cabbie. Fake cheese piano is the hour in which we rise. Esther Roll points to the Skoda works. Patio furniture was the sadness of Fresno. Snowflake, the albino gorilla, was Yo Mama. The cigar was just, of course, a cigar. It's obvious my art disturbs your puny world. And for God's sake, what you said about those kittens! My affections for small animals have their limits. Yours, it seems, do not. Please return the manuscript immediately to me and remove my poem from your magazine. With stuff like that, I don't know why editors don't flock to me. Cakewalk world. Weigh your options in a world seen through a scratched lens. It's either kill your optometrist or shrug and eye the stairs just a bit more closely when ascending, descending. The trick is to name your cat after a place you'd like to go. San Luis Obispo. Matt Damon's ass. The secret is to slather butter on the side of the bread that's sure to land face up. Jets dream. Oodles of them, a swarm if you will, or if you won't, bah, then a swoosh. A harmless pie filling that takes to the skies and oinks its heart out in surrender to bliss as blue all around, everywhere, swimming in its swarm or swoosh, swirls like a baker's dozen of bikini-clad girls in a Busby Berkeley swimming pool number, counted like sheep caught mid-leap over a fence and launching into air, never having to return to ground, ever, happy up there always, bleating in their sleepy bahs. Idaho wedding song. Oh, I've heard tell you moved to Idaho to mate. To mate, I've been told you moved to Idaho. You move to mate to Idaho. You, in order to mate, move to Idaho. Told, ordered to Idaho, to move, to mate. To move to Idaho, you mate. Idaho is where you move to mate. Move, Idaho, mate, is where to move. Mate to order. In Idaho, where you're told to move in an orderly fashion. You say to mate, I say to Idaho. You tell me you moved to Idaho to mate. To mate you is to move you. For order, for mate, ordered in move to Idaho. Move, mate, move. Mate, you move to Idaho. To Pocatello, Idaho. Metric invitation. Sort of the same thing. Metric invitation. If a tenth of those invited show, I'd be every bit 100th happy as a slightly longer than a yardstick cane can be when at the change of traffic lights it gets to cross the measured streets. If 10 of my visitors turned to one huge guest who'd grab me with his great big paw after our eyes locked like we were the only 2 milligrams of sand stranded on a monster-filled tropical beach, I'd glow like a happy fey ray of light. If, during the part where we all danced, the room would reach 100, the party would surely come to a steamy boil. I could remove my dancing shoes, which would end the evening anyway, tossed by my aptly endowed and meter-measured ape in the exactly angled corner of my room, softly perfumed with centimetered candles. I would hope those shoes and their sensible but oh so glittering heels would bear a recognizable and proper size and not cause me pain as I curled my toes within while attempting to carry trays of hors d'oeuvres which I made myself, each ingredient in its proper amount, all well measured and not too much salt as to make anyone tense. If everyone would arrive at the stroke of 10, revolutionary, sensible, easily combined, if they marked the dates smartly on their proper calendar, if all would compare degrees of separation, freeze at the absolute whisper of 0.
Is that my water?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll start with that wine lip smacks. Stop the dogs. A plate for hurling. If it ain't Brett, don't fix it. When the subway runs above grounds, you just gotta ride out the rattles. I mean, I counsel patience, but I'm no doctor. I can't complain, there's been praise and treats, but I don't know where the queer poets have gone. All the rooms full of straight boys read odes to John Wieners, and nobody sucks my dick. When did I start? I forget already. Global pillage. The locals love Attila's postcards, express deliveried across his empire, that swath of scorch which passes for one. Everybody on the receiving end is the immediate hit of the entire town. Visitors swarm to their door for a glance at the strong scrawl and quick recap of the world's great terror and his latest antic. Even the illiterate bow to the front of the crowd for a peek of this poetic milestone. Having wonderful crime, he writes. Great place, the looting is fine and the water is warm. Went for a great night's swim, the river bright with this burning town I never heard of before, but once it went up, man, it was grand. And the addressee takes the card, covers it with kisses and nails it onto the ice cellar door, casts a misty eye and wonders when Attila's headed home, what other funny stories and cool presents he might carry. Remember those severed heads, how they seemed ready to start talking any second, any second. More news about the bark baby. It was born, made all of bark. When it was born, they barked. It was made entirely of wood. The baby, bark baby. When it was born, it barked, made of wood. When born, it was all bark. This born baby, barking, born, seen, and barked about. The face would splinter 1,000 ships if loud baby barked, born enough to be made entirely of wood. They said, would have said, had they embarked, baby. Minotaur. Minotaur. You beast! You cad! Where have you been all my life and continue to be? Mother never told me a brute could be so coy. I've been in this tunnel before, you know, unwound string in case of need to be quick escape and waited for a single snort or bellow out of you, but no! You missed your chance, muscle man. Icarus has asked me out and he's borrowed Dad's wings for the evening. You've broken my pummeled little heart.